sorry. It's Darren from Jace Media, and we're in conversation this afternoon with Connor Bracken from Connor Bracken and the Mother Leeds Band. Good afternoon, Connor. How are you?
Hey, how's it going? Good afternoon. Hey, how are you?
Absolutely ecstatic, mate. It's just really good to talk to you, and thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for talking to me. You guys are already well in the way. I'm just waking up, and we're having it's a good day to start the day with
Some
good
coffee.
conversation. There we
Absolutely.
go. Yeah, good conversation. I feel like Mr. Rogers right now. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Or
who is Mr. Rogers? Who is
he's like he was on TV, and he was like for kids, and he would like welcome them. It was stupid, but I'm just realizing that that's a very American thing to say.
In these life and times, Connor, it's good to have some stupidness in the world.
Absolutely, I agree that every person should have a little bit of stupid in their day, every day.
Absolutely.
That's
so
why.
How are you? You okay?
I'm sorry.
How are you? You okay?
I'm doing good. Doing good. We're hanging in there through the quarantine and locking down the best we can, and still there's a lot of music coming out, so I think we're all right with it in a sense. I guess.
How is it? Where are you? New Jersey?
Yes, I'm in. Right now. I'm in Asbury, near Asbury. I'm in the greater metropolitan area of Asbury Park, which is, if you know Asbury Park, that's a silly thing.
I didn't. I was in New York a couple of years back. Came over for my wife's 50th birthday, but didn't get to Asbury Park. Didn't get to New Jersey. You know, got on the underground and got off at Harlem by mistake. And we were two white people stoating around Harlem, you know, giving it, hey guys, and my wife's like, we need to get out of here. So good. I'm like, how are you, brother? How's it going? They're like, hey man. And I'm like, she's like, get me a taxi. That's all good, you know. 6'4" strapping Glaswegian, it's all good. But that's as far as we got into the other side of New York. But what a fantastic place.
Oh yeah, I'm actually going to be in New York later today. To take care of some stuff for the band, so that's going to be fun. Of course, social distance, of course.
Absolutely, mask on and
taking
and your sanitizing cream and everything. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in hazmat suit, ready to go.
Excellent. Are you doing some music recording, or are you just?
We're actually going over some mixes for recordings that aren't the album that you have. So
is this new stuff? Oh.
Yeah, with everything going on, we gotta be ready for the next thing. So we have already. So it's cool. It's somewhat related to the album. Okay. You'll see it. If you're following us, you'll definitely see it in the next couple of weeks. It's getting ready for it.
You have to keep me informed. Come on.
I will.
Keep me informed, man.
I won't bother you. Don't worry.
Yeah. So listen, the album. Listened to it yesterday. Different from your other stuff.
A little bit, yeah. It's a little different. Yeah, we took a longer time this time around. The first record I wrote like in a month, and then we recorded it in a day. And and that was in 2016. And then we've been working that record for so long. It was only 2 years, but it could be long. And I wrote about 50 songs, and we recorded 5 of them in one day, but then we mixed a bit more the next day.
Yeah.
And then we kind of like around those 5, which are the first 5 on the record. Yeah, they're the first 5 on the record, and we kind of then started working everything around those and kind of tweaking those recordings to kind of go with the other recordings to kind of make a full cohesive thing, but still all majority recorded live.
Cool.
So that's what we do. If we don't do it that way, it sounds
yeah.
We've tried.
Yeah. The album, I must admit, it's a catchy little beast. I must admit. Played it yesterday, and what I tend to do, because I reviewed it, so it should be up tomorrow on Jace Media's website. So when it's up, I'll give you a shout, and you can share it on the page. So basically, what I do is I normally sit back with a glass of red.
Okay.
and just and I play it through once, and then I do my review, because obviously I want to get a feel kind of as to how how it differs, or how it's the same, or how it's more punchy than your last record. And then I sit with the Red and I just go through it. So I do a track by track review. You get the full works there. So you do, Connor. You get the full works.
Absolutely.
Track by track, you get a track list and you get names of the guys in the band. And sometimes I'll give it a 9 out of 10, or an 8 out of 10, or a 7 out of 10, or a 10 out of 10. So you might be lucky. I haven't decided yet. You just keep your fingers crossed. And then I submit it to my boss, and then we do an album cover and everything, and then we put it on the website. So it should be up tomorrow, and I'll be sharing with everyone. So because it's a great little record, I must admit.
Thank you.
Quite punchy, and it's quite different. You've got bits of Thin Lizzy kind of in there, and wee bits of going down rabbit holes and stuff. So it's quite cool.
People get surprised about the Thin Lizzy part, and then some people, that's all they hear.
There's 5 or 6 differences in there, which is really good, because I think it's nice to experiment with little bits of stuff, and and for the guys to go with it, and see your vision.
Yeah, they definitely got a little bit more they got to breathe a bit more on this record, because we got to think about it a little bit more, other than what have we been, because actually the first record we didn't play live out at all. We just kind of recorded it. We rehearsed it for a couple months, and then we put it out. But this record, we had all these songs, and we just played a lot of them out, and the ones that got the best reaction live were the ones that kind of ended up on the record.
On the record, yeah.
So at this point, it's almost the best of record. You haven't heard the other stuff, obviously, but this is the best. Every song had to fight for its space on the record.
I guess when you've written 50 songs and then you kind of whittle it down, I guess it's a fight for you and the guys to put on the best 10 or the best 12 that you think is going to resonate most with the fans, And
they also have to work together
fans.
The album.
Yeah.
It's got to be one whole cohesive thing, and that was so annoying to pull off. But afterwards, it was worth it. It was.
Listen, I think it's a cracking little beast of an album. I think when it comes out and people hear it. Now, the good thing for me is that we get to hear the album 5-6 weeks before it's due out, and it's really good, and you can play it over and over. And I think the good thing about when you do a review, like, people get right into what it's going to sound like. So when this video goes out, we get between, I think it's 40 and 60,000 hits a month.
Oh, wow.
I
was told it was going to be good, but I didn't know it was that good.
Yeah, you'll be sometimes it's more. I think on the website itself, on Facebook and stuff like that, we get over 100,000 hits a month of people looking at our stuff. So and normally when I put a review out, it probably gets viewed about 1,000, 2,000 times, depends. So there'll be lots of people looking at it.
That's why I did myself up. That's why.
And I'm happy to pick you up on the record, Connor. So it's a two-way street. The guys think, does this guy know what he's talking about? And when I put it down, and when they get the album, we'll think, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. So it's all good. It's a two-way street, buddy.
Thank you.
It's a two-way street. So if you're rubbish, then I'm rubbish. So
all right, listen. I don't want to hurt your reputation, so if it's crap, let them know. I don't want to.
Listen, I think I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Ooh, that's good. That leaves room for improvement too for record 3.
Yeah, this is obviously for your next 10 or your next 12. You need to you up the ante a little bit. Just
you can do that. We got some really cool ideas for the next, because we've also been sitting on this record for so long, kind of working on it. We've already written like another 50 on top of the other ones. I have too many songs now. Now I gotta start hiding them away, or I'll keep looking at them. But the Jeff, Chris, and Rich, the other guys in the band, they like sleeping in, so that's why they're not here, and we're not supposed to be together. But they definitely have a lot of cool ideas for my songs, because the first record was pretty much like all my ideas for the most part, and then this record was a bit more collaborative, and then it's gonna just get more and more, I think, because also the more you trust somebody, the more you're able to throw them a song, just be like, what do you think? You know what I mean? Because I know they'll do something good with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's good that you have another 3 pieces of ideas that come with your ideas, so that you can take stuff to them and go, let's do something Lizzie.
Yeah.
And they'll go, hold on a minute, man. And then you put it in there, and then they kind of trust you a little bit, which is quite nice, and you can then let go of the reins a little bit and give them a little bit more creativity,
I would love to do that, relax a bit. That'd be something I'd like to do. Yeah, we, even though like we're like also like for certain things, like let's lean even more into what we do and go to the 11th degree of it, and then try something completely new. So it's gonna be very eclectic, the next record, but it's gonna still be a rock and roll record.
I guess with all the songs you have, Connor, you're gonna have to tour for a full year.
I know. Well,
adding songs in, adding songs into the set and just keep touring.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. We can't try out new songs live, but we have all this time, so we're just gonna try to record all of them, and then let those battle that out.
Yeah.
You of course rehearse a lot, so it's not gonna be like not tight or anything, but
yeah. So what's the situation where you are? Is it really bad with the lockdown? Are you kind of?
It was.
Is it got a little bit better? Cool.
It's gotten a bit better. Music isn't coming back anytime soon. Yeah. It's actually right before we called. I just confirmed. We had the release show for this record was going to be on August 21st, which is we've kept on pushing back the release date of this record, and it's now September 25th, and that show is now going to be in July 2021. So will we have shows before that? I'm hoping, but if not, like that could be a cool return. I'll make sure I don't get fat before that, because I'm just sitting home. I'm just eating crap and watching.
I think we all are, buddy. I mean,
and writing songs.
I've been home for 22 weeks in Glasgow.
See, that's when you start counting the weeks like a chalkboard, just tally marks in prison. That's when it starts to get to you.
I haven't been out of shorts and a t-shirt for 22 weeks. Get up, shorts on, and just go. And it doesn't matter if it's raining. I'm like, shorts on. We're from Scotland. We don't care. Shorts on, t-shirt. Just get out there.
Does it get hot?
Yeah, I'll turn you around just now. This is what it's like just now.
Oh, that's beautiful out.
Super sunny. Tuesday, it was torrential rain.
Well, I know you get a lot of that.
Bouncing off the ground. It was so much. Thunderstorms and lightning and everything. So it's nice to get a little bit of sun, because that us Scottish people, we're all what they call peely wally white. So we're all just white people.
My whole family's from Ireland, so it's not good over here either. In my at least my house,
But it's nice to get a bit of sun and nice to be out in the fresh air. But I think you're right. I think the music thing is going to be next year, and I think what you'll have is an influx of someone on tour every single night as soon as as lockdown's lifted. I think that every band on the planet will be wanting to get their new material out there, and I think it's going to be a crush of bands trying to slot everyone in.
We were talking about this right when it happened. We're like, as soon as we come back, it's going to be insane. The longer we're away, the longer, the bigger it's going to be. It's just weird from like a booking perspective. When do you start booking? Like when is it okay to start booking? Because also you don't want to book it and then have to cancel it and then
Yeah.
redo it and all this stuff. And also, like, everybody, a lot of people, like the tours that were just canceled or postponed, they're like they get first priority on top of
Yeah.
a whole new set of tours.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be, we don't have enough venues anymore. You
You
know,
know, I think the whole rock industry is on its knees. You know, I guess for us, you know, like for reviewers and things like that, you know, as I say, I'm reviewing every single day, probably 10, 11 hours a day. I just like review like a maniac of all sorts of stuff.
all this stuff.
Yeah, you know, I get death metal.
Oh,
I get soul, I get funk, I get jazz, I get country, I get rock and roll, I get rockabilly, I get punk, and I'm sitting there every day from 7 o'clock in the morning till 9, 10 o'clock at night, and that's in between doing interviews and stuff as well, you know. So I'm quite fortunate that we still get to listen to and watch rock stars doing their thing. But for you guys, it must be frustrating that you've written your stuff and you
yeah.
can't get out there and do it live.
Yeah, it was. It's also. It's yeah. Exactly. It's we were kind of worried about releasing the record. Should we not release the record because we can't tour behind it and we can't play behind it at all or do anything? And we're still kind of worried. But we're kind of like, we made this record. It really is time to get it out
Yeah,
because like
absolutely.
mentally we're already on the next record. Now, as soon as we play, like, this record is gonna get the spotlight in the set,
Yeah,
but it's also like we gotta. It's from the last session we did. It's now been, I think our last session. Like, I finished everything in January.
yeah. So six
So
months ago, yeah, seven
yeah,
months
that's
ago.
the last time
Crazy.
we made like a full blown album record. Sorry, full blown album and record. So it's time to kind of
Yeah,
start making another new record, but also you can't just like release another record on top of this. So
yeah,
we're hoping it gets out there. We're hoping that generates buzz for the band and kind of gets out there. So when it is time to come back, we could fill more rooms than we did
yeah.
before.
I think the thing is as well. I think the anticipation of release days for records is keeping a lot of people interested as well. You know, because there's music coming out, there's music being put back, and I think that fans of your guys and other bands, when they go, oh, this new album, because I always put the release date on it, it's coming out on the 25th September. People go, wow, and they're thinking that's 6 weeks away. My God. But I think the anticipation when they read the review, they know it's going to be a good record, and I think that keeps them going to wait for it coming out. And as I say, you know, when we were chatting, for me it's good because we get to hear you guys and your influences that's on the record before the fans, and I think that's what keeps them motivated to go out and spend their hard-earned dollars and their hard-earned pounds to listen to you guys, because you've been, you know, putting this together for months, and then you've got to sit on it. And I think guys go, I can't wait for this to come out. And as I say, I've been privileged enough to hear it, and I think it's a little stonker. So
Oh, you're gonna
you
make me
know,
tear up. That's so
yeah,
nice.
Connor,
Thank you.
I'm tearing up as well. I'm tearing up too. I can't help it, man. I'm tearing up as well. I'm like, I'm believing what I'm telling you. But I think, you know, I think when people listen to it, I think they will be kind of taken aback with the direction you've taken it in. I really do.
Appreciate, dude. That Aaron, it feels so good having you say that, man, because it's been such a long kind of road to get it there. So thank you, and I appreciate you so much featuring it because it's so much work going into this, and then it's time to put it out. And if nobody wants to say anything about it, it kind of
Yeah,
goes.
yeah,
And I've been in bands before where you put in your heart and soul, and then like it comes out, and it's like three people are like, three people, two of them are your mom and your dad, and
and one's the dog. He's like,
and one's the
yeah, that's
dog.
quite good.
Yeah,
That's a cool record. Yeah, yeah.
the dog's like, oh, this is a good song, and and you put it, and it's, I mean, with every with being doing this, how much time we put into it, so it means a lot. Thank you so much, and the people out there watching, you said spending their hard-earned dollars and pounds and euro, baby. I don't know. It's all money.
Well,
thank you.
You know,
because I
you know what
appreciate
happens, Connor, for us I'll send this video to my boss after we finish recording, and it gets compressed and it goes out there, and it'll go to America, it'll go to Australia, it'll go to Europe.
Yes.
So everybody will get you, you know. So you have to be funny. You have to be funny. You have to be quite cool, because people go, yeah, I get this dude. He's quite funny. So you know, plug the record, be a bit funny, be like a Scotsman. We're quite funny. We talk a lot and we get away with it, so it's quite good. So the thing is that this goes out to loads of people, and as I say, 40 to 60,000 people a month will view the site, and a lot of people, because of the like of your music, who like the music, who get friends who like your music, who get friends of friends, it gets shared a lot, you know, so it'll be out there, and, you know, the album will be out, and I'm hoping that they'll get the album and the video out at the same time. I'm hoping.
It should be, I'm getting a final cut in a couple hours.
Are you going to New York to look at this final cut?
Yeah, so it's a couple things. I'm getting that, and I'm getting, I guess you'll edit this out, I'm guessing, or not.
No,
or,
nothing.
I can't say it.
Tell me.
Say it.
See, if I didn't say,
I'm
going to edit it out, then you go, I'll tell you. No, what we do, Connor, what I do is that I give, you know, the audience and the readers everything, because I think it's for them to get to know you, and I understand you've got certain restrictions you can't say, so that's cool. But when we chat, it doesn't matter.
So what we're doing is we're setting up, because we can't do shows.
Yeah.
We really want to play live. So, and the live streams don't really, for us, cut it, because it's just, you can't get, like, the fidelity just doesn't get out there.
Yeah.
So we're getting a camera crew and some people to make a live record off the album, and we're going to film it, and it's going to be available on release day in the evening, and then it's going to disappear forever. So you got to watch it when it comes out, like a show, and then it might show up later down the road.
Yeah.
But down the road. So if you want to watch it on September 25th. So if you get the album, you get it at midnight. The record comes that day, and then you hang out, listen to the record in that evening. I think probably around, the thing is, it'll be probably around noon here, I guess. So it's nighttime over there.
Yeah, so that'll be, if it's noon here, it'll be 5 in the afternoon for us guys.
Maybe we'll do 3 here, so 8 p.m.,
8
9 p.m. We'll figure it out. Or maybe we'll do a delayed thing, but we'll figure that out. But that's also why I'm going there today.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be a full live show of the album plus a little extra, and it's going to be interesting. We have a pretty, I won't say where it is, but it's a pretty cool location, I would say.
In New York.
It's actually, well, we're planning, there's going to be in Asbury Park.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So they're exclusive for you.
Exclusive for me, yeah. So if you want me to edit it,
I'm pretty sure it's happening. If it doesn't happen, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll have people ringing me up going, "What happened to the gig?" No idea, buddy.
It's gonna happen. Don't worry. It's gonna happen one way or the other.
Well, obviously we will keep our eyes and ears out for that, because I think that'll be a good thing as well. You know, I think when you do certain stuff like that on release day, when you put something extra out, people get more excited about it.
Yeah, and there's another thing too. I'm not going to say that. I'll keep that in my pocket. There's a
I
couple.
can't take anymore.
We're trying to, because of no gigs, we're trying to have every 3 to 4 weeks something new pop up.
Okay, cool.
So keep an eye out. Like all that social media. That's the word. I'm not made for this. I'm made for vinyl records. But the Instagrams and Facebooks, go like them.
Cool. Yeah. Well, as I say, once we get out the video and the record, the review will go on YouTube. It goes on Facebook, goes on Instagram, goes on Twitter. So you'll be plastered everywhere. Twitter's
the one I don't get, but I get it. I'll share it, but I'm just like, why is everybody hashtagging at 3 a.m. and saying
you know, a few a few weeks ago, someone said, "Do you want to do a Zoom call?" And I'm like, "Zoom? What the hell's that?" Because I'm an old time geezer. I'm a Skype man. You know, type in an address or a name, and bosh, there you go. See this? Send me an email, and I'll get you a reply, and then we'll get a. Oh, I'm like, oh, give me a break. You know, time you get to it, you don't want to do an interview. So Skype's just like the good old fashioned type in a name, up pops a face.
I haven't used Skype in a long time because everyone's been sending me Zoom, but I like this. I'm now going to insist on Skype.
See, there you go. We've started the train, Connor. None of that Zoom stuff. Let's do Skype. Skype's great.
Skype train.
Skype's great. So, are you just about to head off to go to New York just now?
I'm gonna go put some pants on because I'm pulling a Ron Burgundy here, and
Nothing
then
wrong with that. Nothing wrong with
absolutely.
that. Hey,
And
as
then
long as you get coffee, doesn't matter.
exactly right. All you need is coffee. I have a whole. This is coming with me in the car. I have a whole pot ready to go. Filling that back up, and we're gonna get in the car. We're gonna head down, and then we're gonna make some creative decisions. And,
you and the guys, you and the guys together.
Yeah, so we're gonna meet up there. It'll be all masked up. Don't worry. And then later this evening we're having a rehearsal. So maybe maybe you might see a little bit of that on Instagram and whatnot. We'll see.
Maybe you maybe need to drop me a link so that I can see some stuff, and I can maybe give the guys out there in Facebook land a little taster of
message right after.
Yeah.
Of all the fun stuff that we have on the internet.
Excellent. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you, Connor. I really enjoyed my time. Your album's a little gem. People is going to love it. Once it's out, the video and everything, I'll drop you a link maybe on Messenger or something like that to let you know, let the guys know, and it'll go live on YouTube, the video and everything, tomorrow morning, probably 10 o'clock. You'll still be sleeping, probably. And you might be up. And let's keep in touch. And then if hopefully you ever get to Scotland,
we're gonna get there at some point.
Yeah. Look, we'll get together. We'll grab a beer or a red wine, and we'll just shoot the shit.
Absolutely. I'll bring you some stuff from over here. We have a bunch of breweries and distilleries. So
Super duper. This is the Darren from Jace Media in conversation with Connor Bracken, saying thank you for your time, Connor. I hope everything goes well, and we will see you down the road somewhere. Look out for the review. Look out for the video sometime tomorrow.
Darren, thank you so much, dude. This was amazing, and
an absolute pleasure, Connor.
All goosebumps with your nice words. So, thank you. It was worth it. It was just for that.
You take care, Connor. I'll speak to you soon, mate.
You too. I'll see you soon.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.